and welcome back to Gay by Gay. Woo!
Okay, so this is like way out of our depth.
Yes.
I have no idea why this has been on my mind so much lately. I don't know what's going on.
I don't know, yeah.
I'm in a weird mood, I guess. For those of you who kind of don't know, I'm fairly serious most of the time, I feel like.
Depends on the day.
Depends on the day. I definitely have a huge interest in...
I would say dramatic, actually.
Always.
Yeah.
Serious sometimes, always dramatic. I have a huge interest in true crime. I feel I don't even know if we've really covered that, but I have a huge interest in true crime. And Aaliyah and I recently watched Making a Murderer. Mm-hmm. However, that is not what we're talking about today. We were talking about whether or not we should discuss it on the podcast, and instead, I brought up something completely irrelevant in the form of aliens.
In the form of aliens.
So that's what we're talking about today.
Aliens.
Why is this on, a sexuality podcast? Because aliens stick probes up your butts. Okay, stop questioning me.
That's a theory. I don't think that we should discriminate against aliens in that way.
I didn't say I was discriminating. I mean, hey, your kink is your kink. I'm not discriminating against anybody.
I mean, like, what do you think aliens exist?
Oh, that's a bit of a loaded question. Do I think aliens exist? Yes, I think they have to.
Yeah.
Maybe not like the ultimate, like, the Greys or like the lizard people that people sometimes think are like walking among us.
Yeah.
I absolutely think that there has to be some other form of intelligent life out there somewhere. Mm-hmm. I don't think that there's any way with all the galaxies and all the stars and all the systems, like the solar systems and everything. I really don't think that there is any way in the vast galaxies and the universe that there is not a single planet that has ended up as lucky as Earth to be put in the right position near a star to create life.
Yeah.
I just don't believe it.
Yeah. We are really just animals with brains.
I mean, actually, we're just brains with meat suits. You're
damn
welcome
it.
for bringing that up
we're
again.
still animals. I mean,
We're all animals.
I think that aliens exist, but, like, I also believe that, like, non-aliens exist. Like, I believe there's...
Yeah, I mean, I'm sitting right in front of you. I'm more of a vampire or a ghost than an alien, in case you haven't noticed.
I didn't mean it like that. Like, not
Sure.
Like, not things that would try to communicate with us, but, like, there's probably a planet out there with, like, a whole bunch of terrifying sea creatures.
I would love to go to a planet and see that it still has dinosaurs.
Ooh, that would be fun.
Or, like, something that's, like, similar to dinosaurs or something.
Dinosaurs.
I know, right? Talk about that one day.
Dinosaurs.
Y'all know I have seen every dinosaur documentary there is. Walking with dinosaurs, my shit.
Yeah, one of these weeks I'll, like, put a deep dive in on dinosaurs and bring you all my information.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah, with the aliens,
Is that
like...
a lesbian thing?
Dinosaurs?
Yeah.
No.
I feel like it is.
I don't think so.
I feel like it is.
I've never met another lesbian obsessed with dinosaurs.
Amberlynn?
She obsessed with dinosaurs?
She is. Well, she says that she is. Do I believe her? Not necessarily. But she says she likes them.
Gosh, I love dinosaurs. But no, like...
Maybe it is... Ask your girlfriend if she likes dinosaurs. That's it. That's how you guys know we cracked the code. If you ask a girl, do you like dinosaurs? If she says yes, she's probably LGBTQ. Please don't take that advice. That's terrible advice.
That's me, like, hitting on anyone.
So you like
Do you
dinosaurs?
like dinosaurs? You want to talk about dinosaurs?
That's me whenever someone tries to initiate, like, a sexual conversation with me. I'm like, so, do you like Stegosaurus or Triceratops better?
Or really be like, I like birds too. You want to talk about it?
Do you know that Tyrannosaurus is related to chickens?
Chicken?
Brr.
But no, the not
aliens.
dinosaurs.
We're not talking about dinosaurs.
Like, I really believe that there's, like, other creatures out there, even if they're unintelligent.
There have to be.
Yeah,
there have to be.
Are, like, weird, like, bat things.
I mean, hell, on this planet alone, I mean, I think it's been stated before that we know more about the moon than we do our own oceans.
That's
like,
terrifying.
we've explored more of the moon than we have of this planet. And, every single year we are still finding new species, not even just like a virus or a bacterium species, but like full animal species like fish, different avians, different insects. Like, it's kind of amazing all of the things that we find in the deep recesses of the ocean. So I'm just kind of like, if we don't even know 100% of the species on our planet, can we really say that there is no intelligent life anywhere in the universe?
I don't think you can rule it out at all.
I mean, even then, it's not like we've mastered intergalactic travel or intergalactic surveillance or something like that. Who's to say that there isn't something intelligent? Am I saying that they necessarily want to communicate with us? No, because let's be real here. If they're smart enough to communicate with us, they must have seen us. And if they've seen us, I wouldn't want to talk to us either.
We're probably like caveman to them.
Probably they're just like, oh god, they're so primitive down there. Wow.
Do you think if someone came over from an alternate universe, they would be classified as a alien?
Ooh, tough question. I feel like aliens are specifically someone that has come from a different planet. I feel like if you're just jumping a timeline, I feel like you're a time traveler and not an alien, therefore. You are still human.
That's true. But, like, couldn't aliens be other humans?
Humanoid. Maybe not human, though, because I feel like humans is the species that comes from Earth. They could be humanoid, but they're not humans.
Yeah, that's true.
They probably call themselves something different, like Snargaluffs. Yep. That's it.
I think it would be so hard to communicate with aliens, though, because, like, they would probably speak a different language.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, completely.
But, I mean, you have to sit there and think that if they managed to, because before they were able to make communication with us, they would have to be able to observe us at least. And you think if they're so smart, they would take long enough to observe us that they would be able to find some sort of way of communicating. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like going to a different country, right? We have rudimentary ways of communicating. We can write, but then again, not every written language is the same, but we can use general, body motions and everything else. So I feel like like an alien species would be able to do that with a human, like find a way to communicate. Yeah.
But even like that, like, do you think the culture would be just like so different? Like their mannerisms would be
culture is
so
different on this planet. Yeah. You take something off the planet, there's no way it's going to be the same.
Ooh, that'd be so hard to communicate with an alien.
I think it's interesting though. I think it's interesting.
How to communicate with an alien 101.
I mean, that's a class I would actually take. I would take that class. I'd be very interested.
Do you think there's planets out there who had like the full, like, I want to say life cycle of like a humanoid race?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. I feel like there's no way, as I said, there's no way that humans are the only species that has formed this way in the entire galaxy. And I think to sit here and say, oh no, we're the smartest thing that, the universe has ever spat out is ignorant.
Yeah.
I mean, if we are at this point and we are starting to explore things, who's to say that 6 galaxies over there isn't something similar happening and we're just kind of at that same level? Who's to say that, our solar system was formed at a different point and Earth was formed at a different point? I mean, you think that some planets must have existed long before. I think it's full well possible that an Earth-like planet has existed before and, everyone knows that when a star dies, it turns into a black hole. Yeah. And I think most people can accept the idea that the sun is a star. I don't care what you say. Every sun is just a star. And again, when they explode, they turn into black holes. So I totally believe that in another galaxy somewhere, I'm sure there was another Earth-like planet that got sucked into a black hole when its star exploded. And that's why there's no trace.
Yeah. Damn.
No space junk, no nothing. Because, I mean, it would have Also, wormholes. What's that shit about?
I don't know. Do you believe people when they say that they have alien sightings?
Oh, see, this is where it starts getting complicated.
When I think of someone with an alien sighting, I think of some farmer in the South.
Yeah.
Being like, I saw a flying saucer. Why did they sound New Yorkian?
I saw a flying saucer. It tried to abduct my cows. Left the crop circle in the middle of my field.
Those aliens, they were trying to take
away
my
asshole.
They were trying to fuck my wife, but I joined in.
Oh my god.
Damn fucking aliens tricked me into a threesome.
I feel like that someone would actually say that. I feel like that's probably written somewhere. Okay. Do I believe that there's another race that has come to this planet? I mean, no. I feel like before you come to a planet, no matter what, I feel like you are going to try and make some sort of contact, some sort of communication. I feel like you don't just drop in and say, here we are, sorry to surprise you, because you're going to be met with hostility and resistance. I feel like you do speak back. Do I believe that some of these sightings could be observation? Maybe. I mean, you think about a lot of the different things that we've seen over time. You think about things like the Phoenix Lights and everything else where it's like, it really is unexplained. And I'm sorry, government, I'm not buying weather balloon. My dad was a meteorologist. I've seen weather balloons up close and far away. Those are not weather balloons. I don't care what you're saying. Do I believe Area 51 has a bunch of aliens, spaceships and everything stuffed in there? No, I don't.
I wonder what Area 51 does then.
They definitely do secretive stuff. Yeah. I think they could be trying to communicate. It's just I don't. And, you know, I also do sit here and think to myself, is it possible that an alien once crash landed here? You have to think that if they're doing observation, planes crash all the time. Is it possible? Yeah. Sure, I can't say that it's impossible. Yeah. I certainly can't. However, do I believe that they're little green men or little gray men or whatever? No. Although I do really like this idea. It's an idea that I came up with talking to one of my friends. We're just going to call him CD. Yeah. CD doesn't sound right. Let's not call him that. CD. Let's just call him C. Okay. He and I were talking about whether or not we were talking about like a gambit of stuff, like paranormal stuff, true crime, aliens, all that stuff. And I came up with a theory that we have both become very attached to at this point. I've said before that I like this theory that we did accidentally make communication with aliens, but it was like a communication that we like sent off a long time ago, like in the 70s when we were just starting to experiment with stuff. So they received like this transmission from the 70s, and they decide to figure out what the hell's going on down on Earth. So they come down and try to blend in. But they got a communication from the 70s, so they think it's still the 70s. Oh. So then they come dressed up as, like, hippies or something. And that's why, like, every now and again you'll see a hippie walking around, because it's actually an alien that doesn't realize that we modernized since they got that communication. Yeah. So I like the idea that every hippie on Earth is just an alien in disguise that got a communication from the 70s. Oh my God. They were like, oh, shit, oh, no. Oh, we stick out like a sore thumb. Oh, no. I like it a lot.
What if, like, aliens were just like us, but they were, like, microscopic? Like, you cannot see them.
Like, an alien lands, like, on your shoulder or something. Yeah. It's like, I claim this for the motherland. And then it, like, gets
like, we're giants. We're terrifying.
And then it just gets, like, eaten by a virus. And they're like, oh, my God, why is everything on this planet so big?
You know, when I was younger, I used to play Spore all the time.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
And that with the final stage where you're, like, traveling to different, like, planets, and there's there's animals that aren't you, and you're like trying to negotiate like goods and shit. Yep. It's like, wow, that was like my only intergalactic travel experience.
Aaliyah, I think that's most people's only intergalactic travel experience. I don't think many people, although I have heard that they might be trying to within like the next, I think they said like 30 years or something, they want to do like tourism trips to the moon. And I mean, part of me is like, well, we already fucked up this planet, why not fuck up a moon too? Yeah. But part of me is also like, put me on that fucking rocket. I want to go to the moon. Yeah. You know me, I'm terrified by space, but I also love space.
Did you ever want to be an astronaut?
No, because it terrified me.
Oh yeah, because you don't like flying, huh?
Yeah, I don't even like planes, so it scared me way too much. But I'm kind of like, put me on the moon. Do it.
Put me on the moon. Put me on the moon. Put my dead body there. I want my ashes. I want my ashes spread in space. Actually,
as I said, don't even bother. Just wrap me up in a white cloth and just poof, like send me off.
I bet like an astronaut has their ashes spread.
And then
space.
Like you just see a shooting star, but it's actually just my body burning up in the atmosphere. You know? And I was like, wow, make a wish, and I'm just like, ah. Ooh. I love it.
I would pay money to see. This is so gross, and people are gonna try to dox me because I sound murderous. I would pay to see a body like explode in space. I just want to know how it happens.
I feel like I don't know that it necessarily. Oh, maybe it does.
What happens? Or like you suffocate, of course. First.
Well, the idea is that within a few seconds, I don't think you even suffocate. Like, yes, there's no air in space, but because there's no air in space, your blood will instantly begin to boil. So I think that's the real issue. And even then, any other gases that are trapped in your body because of the vacuum of space are going to either explode outwards or explode inwards. If you've ever seen Gravity, the movie, it's a really good movie. I've actually watched it several times. Yeah. It's part of where my fear of space comes from. I love it. I've watched it several times. And I never do that with movies.
I love fear.
I never rewatch movies. I've watched this thing at least 3 times.
Oh my gosh.
Tells you how much I like it. Yeah. But I watched it, and they actually do show a scene where one guy, his face, like, implodes because, like, his helmet gets shattered. But I don't know if the implication was that it happened because of the vacuum of space, or if it was the implication that, like, space debris hit his helmet and literally went, boop, like, into his head. I don't know. What I do know is that I do believe in aliens. Do I believe that they may have made contact with us? I don't know. I feel like that is something that the government would try to keep secret from a lot of people because I feel like they'd be scared.
Yeah, true. That'd be terrifying for the normal average person, I feel.
And I mean, I feel like enough people have also come forward and been like, oh, they tried to cover this up. They tried to cover that up. If it was just the farmer in the middle of bumfuck nowhere, I might be like, yeah, I don't think the alien probed you and your wife.
Yeah.
That being said, when a government official comes forward and says, yeah, I'm basically exposing I was a part of this secret project, I'm left sitting here going, like, they have a reputation and everything.
Yeah.
I can't see them just suddenly going crazy and spitting out all of this really weird scientific jargon.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm kind of like, at that point,
true.
you have to really think that what you have seen or what you have experienced is real. Because you have a political and scientific job on the line. That's your reputation on the line that you've spent forever honing. And I'm kind of like, you don't just throw that out the window.
No way.
So, you know, I do give a little bit more credence to that. But we're going to take a quick break. And then when we come back, I wouldn't mind talking about some theories on aliens that people have come up with.
Alienic theories.
Alienic theories. I don't want to know if he would know. I'm not asking him that. Hi, guys. Welcome back.
Back to Gay by Gay. Woo!
Okay. So
delirious and alienic here.
Getting into a couple of theories. We were just talking about this on the break, and I had mentioned that I wanted to bring up the theory that aliens built the pyramids, and you said your mom believes it.
My mom, oh my gosh.
Your mom believes that.
One day, 3 a.m, I go downstairs to get a snack. And my mom goes, Aaliyah,
God, I miss being able to get snacks at 3 a.m. Coming from a person that's like dedicated the last year and a half of her life to fasting, I miss midnight snacks. I'm hungry.
I walk into my mom's room and she goes, Aaliyah, aliens built the pyramids.
She just leads off with that?
Oh, yes, you know my mom. Like,
I do know your mom.
She would.
You literally just walk in and she just looks at you and goes, did you know the aliens built the pyramids?
I feel like I just walked out. I mean, my dad is like...
I believe that.
My dad's like that guy with like the tinfoil hat, like in the basement.
Completely, 100%.
Like he...
Oh, yes.
I should talk to him about aliens one day. I wonder what he would say to me.
I feel like he believes in them.
He does. And I just want to know what he thinks. But do you think that the aliens built the pyramids? Or like the aliens like taught us how to build the pyramids?
No.
I don't believe that either.
I think it's horribly offensive to the poor slaves
who built the pyramids.
Who were forced to like carry those giant ass bricks of stone and place them on top of one another multiple times for multiple pharaohs to build multiple tombs.
God.
And dig the fucking tunnels underneath all of the catacombs. I'm just kind of like, I feel like that's such a huge insult to say, oh, the aliens did it. And I'm like, that's rude.
If there was any, like, monument or historical situation that happened that could have been caused by aliens, what do you think it would be?
A lot of people would argue that it would be Stonehenge just because of the way the rocks are balanced. But I would just like to counter that quickly by saying, Scottish over here, if anyone is going to get drunk enough to roll a bunch of giant rocks up a hill and somehow find a way to stack them on top of each other perilously, it would be the Scottish, okay? I'm just saying.
Okay,
it would be my people.
I'm like stupid, but like those rocks, like if you push them, they won't fall.
Yeah, essentially, they're too big.
Does anyone try? I guess not.
I feel like people probably have.
But like
I'm sure it's probably illegal now just because it is a historical mystery monument.
I wonder if they've ever fallen.
I feel like maybe there's a possibility that they have and that human, intervention has put them back up at this point. But I'm just saying, do I believe aliens did it? No. I'm trying to think of what else has been attributed to aliens. I know a lot of people said that like certain cave paintings and everything depict aliens. Do you believe in that?
No.
Really?
How would an alien get underneath a cave?
Aaliyah?
What?
No. The cave paintings depict aliens.
Oh!
I'm not saying that the aliens made the painting. I'm saying that the fucking cavemen saw the aliens and then they painted what they saw.
You know what children draw.
Oh my fucking God, this kid.
You know what children draw. Probably some kid fucking somewhere just like drew something,
That's my thing. I'm like, we have the likes of H.R. Geiger and everything, and I'm like, you're really going to say that no caveman ever had like the tiniest hint of like
artistic
creativity?
Abilities,
Like, come on. I think that's unfair to say caveman couldn't be artistic. It's probably like caveman Van Gogh, like, oh, caveman Van Gogh, it's not fair. They're taking my accomplishments.
Cave Go.
Cave Go.
Cave Go. God fucking damn it. I feel like aliens are like a cop out for people who don't understand stuff.
100%.
Yeah, like,
100%.
I don't know how this happened, so it must have been aliens.
I mean, you even take a look, for any of you who watch BuzzFeed Unsolved, I mean, I think most of the world does.
Maybe.
Or at least most of the U.S. and Canada does. By the way, so sad that it's their last season. Honestly, I was saying to Aaliyah, if we ever need to rebrand, that's what we're doing. We're filling a niche, okay? Instead of those two chuckleheads, it's going to be these two chuckleheads.
Chuckleheads? I thought it was knuckleheads. Can be both.
They might be the knuckleheads. We can be the chuckleheads.
Sounds creepy.
But if any of you have ever seen the episode on Gloria Ramirez, where literally they're discussing how the episode is actually the bizarre toxic death of Gloria Ramirez, if I'm not mistaken. Check out the episode if you hadn't. Shout out to them. They did great, lots of research and everything else. Great delivery. I love both Shane and Ryan.
Yeah.
You a Shaniac or a Bulgarian?
I'm a Bulgarian.
I sit right between them. I don't know.
I love
fucking Shane's attitude.
But Ryan's so lovable. You know what I mean?
He's the lovable scaredy cat. That's why I'm saying I feel like I would be the Shane, you would be the Ryan of this podcast.
Yeah, true.
But if you've ever watched that particular episode on Gloria Ramirez, they kind of go through several different theories of what could have happened to her. I'm not going to get into it because that's not what this episode is about. I mean, they filled 20 minutes of a video with it. I'm not going to reiterate it here. But basically, at the end, Ryan goes, okay, and there's one more theory. And of course, he brings up the alien theory. And Shane immediately goes, no, there's no way. And so Ryan does this whole spiel of, well, can you prove that there's no way? And Shane goes, well, no, I can't. And so he goes, okay, fine, get on with the theory. And Ryan goes, that's it. And Shane is like, what do you mean that's it? And Ryan's like, that's the whole theory. Just aliens. I feel like that's how most people explain aliens. It's like, can't explain it. Aliens. Aliens. It was aliens. Can't explain it. It was aliens.
It was aliens.
I mean, it's not like there were any reports of weird lights. It's not like there were any reports of anything else. It's just, bizarre toxic death. The aliens.
The aliens.
The aliens. And it's just kind of like, I feel like that's what a lot of people do. Even with, like, Amelia Earhart, a lot of people say, oh, she was abducted. And I'm just kind of like, a lot of people also blame it on the Bermuda Triangle. And she wasn't anywhere near that when she crashed. So, sorry.
I was talking about Abby to this. God, my brain. I was talking this about Abby on our break, but I want to know if anyone remembers this. I'm a Canadian little kid, and when I was a child, my sister lent me her old ass MP3 paper. MP3 player.
I mean, if it's really old, it may have been a piece of paper.
She just
wrote down all the dialogue and you read it and you're like, wow, what a great radio program.
Back in the day of pre-iPod Touch. Old, when people had MP3 players.
Yep.
But it was a fancy $60 MP3
Did you ever have, just a weird aside for a second there, did you ever have one of those Walkmans?
No, I wasn't that old.
I was.
Yeah.
I had tape decks, honey, when I was little.
Jeez.
I am an ancient relic, more rare than any alien you will ever find.
But no, she had this $60 MP3 player, and it had radio capabilities, and I would fall asleep to this talk radio show, Coast to Coast AM. And it was on AM 640 AM. I don't know how you say radio things.
Am or
definitely them. And this guy would just talk about aliens and ghosts and shit, and people would call in, and it was bonkers stuff.
I love it.
Absolutely bonkers stuff.
I would totally, if we ever get kind of tired of the GBG aesthetic, that's what we're doing. I'm telling you.
Bonkers shit.
Bonkers shit. That's the name of the new podcast, guys. Watch out for it this weekend.
But yeah, I mean.
You would ask me, though, on the break, too. You would ask me if aliens were considered part of, paranormal sciences. Yeah. I gave you my answer, but now I'm going to throw it back at you. Do you think aliens are paranormal in nature?
No. Well, could the aliens themselves have their own, paranormal culture? Probably.
I think you might be the Midwest farmer that thinks his wife has been probed. Yeah. That might be you, my dude.
I got orgies with the aliens on Sunday nights right after church.
What if the Mormons are actually the aliens?
Don't talk about the Mormons.
Don't talk about the Mormons.
Oh, God. Or, we should talk about Scientology at some point.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Scientology.
But no, because I had kind of said the same thing where I feel like aliens are closer to cryptids than to paranormal. And I know that there are some people that put cryptids under paranormal.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a little bit different because I think paranormal is kind of dealing with death and the idea of after death, whereas cryptids, I think, is more dealing with something that could plausibly exist. Although, do I think Bigfoot exists? I mean, I was going to say no, but then I rethought and I went maybe, because I did have that one crush on that guy in high school. And he got pretty hairy. Well, he may be Bigfoot.
You know, Bigfoot.
He might be related to Bigfoot.
What I love about Bigfoot is that he doesn't hurt anyone, you know?
Yeah, he's just walking around out in like a gorilla suit.
And he sounds like kind of scared of people.
Yeah, he just doesn't want anything to do with anybody. No. He's just like, leave me the hell alone. I'm just tromping through the woods. Leave me alone.
Is he Shrek?
Donkey! I finished watching that by the... Okay,
Did you?
This is completely an aside. Now that you've brought this up.
Yeah.
Aaliyah and I were up at my family cabin last weekend, and we had been trying to watch Shrek the Musical for a bunch of chuckles.
Yeah.
I actually watched it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say it was good, but I am going to say that it was better than it had any right to be.
Okay.
You should watch it.
Yeah, I should watch it.
It's better than it has any right to be, but I'm not saying that it's good.
What was your first experience like dealing with or hearing about aliens growing up?
I thought you were going to ask me something about Shrek, and I got confused.
I'm just going to ask you about your Shrek experience.
I mean, maybe Shrek's an alien. He is green.
What? What do you mean? Why do the aliens have to be green?
I didn't say they had to be green. Are you saying that an alien race couldn't be green?
I'm not saying... Well, plant aliens. Because of the chlorophyll?
I'd believe in that. I would believe that instead of like... What if aliens, instead of like going through like the animal chain to become aliens, what if it goes through the plant chain to become aliens?
And they become like human plants. Not like human plants.
Guys, I like this theory.
I
like this theory a lot.
What about if they can do that with plants, can they do that through fish? Are there mermaids?
100%. Yeah. Totally.
You think they're mermaids?
Plausible.
But I feel like, I don't know.
Plausible. Tell me why it's not plausible.
How are they... Do they throw up babies?
I don't know why.
How do they have babies?
Maybe it's like a seahorse. All of them just go like out of a pouch.
Oh, maybe they're what are they? Marsupials?
Yeah. See?
They have pouches.
Yeah.
But you know, like even marsupials, like don't they like birth things and then they like put them in the pouch?
So why couldn't a mermaid?
Where does the baby come out?
That's what I'm saying. It's like a seahorse, right? Because a seahorse like has a pouch that it like puts all the eggs into. Like the female transfers the eggs.
They do
to the
eggs
male, and then they go. And I feel like aliens could do that. What if they're just like potatoes? They just like sprout a baby, and then like eventually when the baby gets big enough, it just pops off, and it's like. Boop,
what if aliens?
And then there's a new alien.
What if aliens produce?
Spud aliens.
Spud aliens.
Spud aliens.
Spud aliens. That's what they're called.
It's going off the plant theory. See?
Oh
see what I did
gosh. There? What if aliens produce like asexually? Like you know how like plants do it?
Oh my god.
What if they have...
That explains so much about why I am the way I am.
Apparently,
I'm an alien.
Oh my god.
My people. I mean, we've already seen on Earth that there are certain lizards who there are no more male lizards because the female species has learned to do everything, including continue on birthing babies without males needing to be present. They've just been phased out. So I'm just sitting here saying, why is it impossible that asexual reproduction could be phased out by another alien species that went through a different evolution chain? I'm just saying, what if it's like a plant? It just like sends out its spores and then new babies are born.
That's how puberty happens.
Through spores?
Yeah, in the alien plant people.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, they like come out, you know.
Oh, I see.
And then there's just more identical like of them. Like
yeah, they just like butt
scary.
off.
That's like a whole army of like
Plants versus Zombies, my dude.
That's not the way
Plants versus Zombies. Those plants have faces. You're telling me that those aren't aliens? I'm telling you, what plant on Earth has a face on it? I'm telling you that it's not actually Plants versus Zombies. It's actually alien Plants versus Zombies.
Alien Plants versus Zombies.
I'm telling you.
They're gonna listen to this and steal that idea.
They probably are.
It's gonna be the plants in space now.
Yep. But I mean, like, we've literally seen in that video game where there are plants that shoot bombs and things. I'm telling you, it's an alien species. Ain't no plants on Earth can do that.
Do you think there is a planet out there full of just like zombies?
I really hope not, because you know how I feel about that.
Yeah. But like, what if like they got zombified? But I don't think zombies live
by
forever.
a pathogen. I could believe that because
and
let's
they
be
just
real
like
here.
mill around.
If other species, you know, can be created on another planet, why wouldn't bacteriums and viruses, because those are one of the first things that was created on this planet, you know, they're single-celled organisms. They're one of the easiest things for evolution to create. There's nothing saying that on a distant planet there weren't a whole bunch of humanoid creatures that were brought down by some sort of super virus. I could believe it. True. I could believe anything because there's no proof of anything in either direction.
I am open to all possibilities.
Yeah, that's why I'm agnostic. Maybe God is real, but also maybe aliens are real. And also maybe Tom Cruise is real. And maybe Scientology is true. Nope, that's not true. Tom Cruise is definitely real, but Scientology definitely is not true.
God, Scientology.
That'll be a fun conversation.
Do you believe in Mothman?
We're getting into cryptids here. Do I believe in Mothman?
Just yes or no. Do you believe in Mothman?
No.
Me neither.
I was like, do I believe that they saw something? Yes. Do I believe that they were tripping? Yes.
They were tripping.
They were tripping hard, okay? I'm not saying that they didn't see an animal or that they didn't see eyes. I'm just saying that they didn't see the eyes of Mothman. However, if we ever do that true crime podcast, we have to go and visit the town where, like, everything is, like, Mothman related. We go on a road trip. We go there. We eat some, like, Mothman candy. It'll be great.
The Mothman candy.
I am terrified of moths. I don't know why I'd want to go there.
The Mothman candy.
You know, I told Lee a story, just kind of running over time here, but I told you a story that there was one night up in my cabin, like the day before you and Charlie got there, I was absolutely terrified because I had a lamp turned on and I heard something banging into the window. Yeah. I opened the curtains and I'm looking out, and it's this giant moth that must be like the size of my palm. And it was yellow. It was yellow. I have no idea what kind of moth it was, but I'm pretty sure it wanted to eat me.
Yeah.
Or it may have wanted to reproduce. Maybe it was an alien.
It wanted to...
I didn't say it wanted to fuck me. I'm just saying that it may have wanted to asexually reproduce in my cottage. Prove me wrong.
I'm not saying it wanted to fuck me. I'm saying that maybe it wanted to asexually reproduce in my cottage. That's all I'm saying.
Prove me wrong.
I can't prove you wrong. I've never spoken with this moth.
His name is Jeffrey. Yeah. He's a real nice dude.
All moths.
But I was very scared of him, so I didn't let him in.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, that's it for this episode. Thank you so much for listening. Make sure to check out all of our social media. Share this episode if you think it was worth sharing. Just saying, if you don't share, you may be an alien and we are coming for you.
Or maybe we are the aliens.
It explains so much about me.
It does.
Explains a lot about you. Maybe that's why you can't get a sentence out, because like
I don't
maybe
speak English.
you have like a tinfoil plate in your head or something, and it's just like it's blocking the connection to the mothership. That explains so much, you guys.
True. And my brain buffers because every time I read something, I have to make that connection to the mothership, and they will translate it for me.
I see.
Yeah.
That's why you're so bad at English.
True.
You guys, we cracked it.
We're
aliens are real, and it's me and Aaliyah.
Okay. We love you guys. And we hope that you will take it gay by gay.
Bye.
Bye.